the thunder of the culture walls, majestic and unique. Roraima Airways, we'll take you there.
Good evening and welcome to the August edition of the Roraima Hour. My name is Colin Abrams and I'll be giving you a lot that's been happening within the Roraima Group of Companies within the past month. Wherever you're joining us from in Guyana or overseas, we thank you for taking the time out. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the August edition of the Roraima Hour. We'll go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll give you all that's in store.
We've come a far way. Today, Roraima Airways employs a dynamic team of approximately 50 skilled and highly qualified individuals who work together as a team providing maintenance for our planes, providing flight operations support, and flying our airplanes in the jungles of Guyana, in South America, in the Caribbean, and farther afield. Our choice of multi-engine Brit-Norman Islanders or Trilanders allows us to provide you a service that is safe, reliable, and dependable at all times, regardless of the role.
Welcome back. We want to hear from you. Follow us on our Facebook pages, the Roraima Group of Companies, Our Point Nature Resort, the Roraima Duke Lodge, and the Roraima Airways on Facebook. Hit us up and let us know what you think of our company and even this show. At Roraima, we celebrate women in aviation. We sat down with a few of them to discuss their thoughts on being in the industry. For women pilots and other women in the field of aviation, the idea of being in a man's world isn't all that difficult to bear, not least at Roraima Airways, where women pilots and other females make up a significant percentage of the aviation staff. In fact, Roraima Airways was co-founded by a female pilot, Captain Debbie Govaya.
Flight operations.
Well, Jerry and I started Over Flight Ops in a little 10x10 office. It was himself, me, and one other staff. And what we did is we chartered aircraft from Cayman Sankar. And we used to fly it ourselves, we used to dispatch it ourselves, we did everything. Booked the flights, everything.
The truth is, women in aviation don't really have it any less difficult than men do. Yet, they soar to the captain's seat, often very early in their careers, as Captain LaShawn Berkeley explains. So LaShawn, tell us a little about yourself, just so people can know you a bit.
Well, as you mentioned before, my name is LaShawn Berkeley. I'm 22 years of age. I started flying when I was 17 years old. I'm currently working with Roraima for the past 2 years, which has been a great experience, I must say. I recently got promoted to a captain.
So what is it like flying at such a young age, 17? Tell us a bit about that. What was the experience like getting into flying?
Okay, at first when I got into flying, that was more or less right out of high school. I always like a challenge, so I was up for a challenge. Initially out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I thought about it and I said, I'll try piloting. And that was my challenge to myself to do this.
I remember our first interview of you back when you were first hired.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to do medicine,
Yeah.
and then you weren't sure. And
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
you made a drastic change.
Yeah, to piloting, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about why the change.
The change, well, like I said, I'm always up for a challenge, and I loved seeing planes, I loved being in planes. I didn't just want to be mainstream and have a regular office job. I wanted to, be outdoors, do something adventurous. So that's the reason for the change.
Okay, so through the years, from then to now, tell us some of your experiences at Roraima.
Well, I've had a lot of great experiences, a lot of challenges. One of my most memorable experiences would be probably doing the medipacks in Guyana. Just the feeling of knowing you're helping someone, you're saving a life, that's probably the best feeling I get from flying here, I guess.
So Michelle, now that you're in command of your own aircraft, your flights, can you tell me where are some of the destinations you fly to?
Well, majority of our flights are based in the interior, and as well as Trinidad and Tobago, we would do 3 flights per week to Trinidad.
3 flights a week, and you also fly to Kaijor and all these places.
Most of the interior locations.
And then of course you have the medical evacuation, some of which are done at night.
Yes.
What is it like flying at night into one of these areas in the interior to do a medevac?
Well, it's different from the regular runways you have. Here in Georgetown, we have lighted runways. In the interior, it's a lot different. Most of the airstrips are lit by probably cars or trucks or anyone willing to lend a hand.
So what are some of your challenges as a captain?
Some of my challenges would probably be weather, but that's any pilot's challenge from day to day. The weather is different every day. Another challenge, especially being female in this field, it's the chauvinistic mindset of a lot of persons. You know, some males would look at you and they would say, oh, you're flying me? Am I going on this plane? Are you flying me? So that's a challenge I have to face every day. I fly passengers, sometimes other pilots as well. They would look at me in awe and oh wow.
Okay, so we have a lot of young people, young girls out there who are probably looking up to be somebody like you. What would you encourage them to do, or how would you encourage them to pursue this career?
I would say to them, whatever you plan on doing, set goals and work towards them. Anything is possible once you put your mind to it and work towards it.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to speak with Darcy Chambers. She's an aircraft technician at the Roraima Group of Companies. So Darcy, good day to you, and just tell us a little about yourself.
I am 23 years old. I'm originally from the Upper Mass in a small village called Roraima. I came out to town to further my secondary studies, and from there I went to the engineering school, Roraima Engineering School.
Okay, so tell us, what is it exactly that you do at the company?
We do line and base maintenance, preventative maintenance, or modification, but not including overhaul. We work on the BN2 Islander series, the BN2 MK3 Trilander series, and the Piper Cherokee.
Okay, so how long have you been with the Roraima Group of Companies?
Since the AMO opened, that was in 2016. Yes, so 2 years.
Okay, what was your experience like within those 2 years?
People would usually ask me what it feels like to be a female working in the
male-dominated industry.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't feel, well, they don't make me feel odd. We get along very well. We work alongside each other very well.
So, working along with these guys, what did people outside your family tell you? What did your family tell you when you decided to pick this career and head down this path?
My family, they didn't try to stop me. They have an opinion, so they never say, you're a female, you cannot, or they push me to whatever I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do, and they were open with it.
My name is Parvati Sipasad. I'm the technical records supervisor. I've been working here for the past 2 years. I have joined Aviation since 2009. For the past 2 years, I've been here. When I first started, I basically started from scratch. So I knew nothing about aviation. I have learned my way to where I am right now as a supervisor for technical records.
Okay, so what do you do exactly in technical records?
In technical records, there's a lot of functions. We monitor all the live components on the aircraft. We prepare all maintenance tasks to be completed on the aircraft. So we prepared, we issue, and that is outlined in the approved maintenance schedule. We also prepare a daily report, and with that information, it helps the engineer downstairs to have a clear idea of what inspection or what components will be chosen so that they could plan their work better. We also monitor all the aircraft times. Basically, all in a nutshell, we keep the records for the aircraft. The Technical Records Department is the brain cell of the approved maintenance organization within the Roraima Airways. This is a very important part of the company since we are required to ensure all maintenance tasks are followed within the approved maintenance schedule. It is important for us to maintain the highest standards of safety.
Well, my name is Jessica Dewell. I'm the Technical Records Officer for Roraima Airways. I've been in the aviation for almost 5 years now, doing both records and a little bit of operations.
So what do you do exactly for the company?
Well, we basically keep track of all aircraft documents, filing, whereby we have it on soft copy and hard copy. We also would normally prepare the inspection work pack when it's due maintenance. We would also have to issue that to certified engineers, not just anybody. Have to have a license for that. And yeah, so we basically make sure all the live components have their hours. We check everything, and like my supervisor would have mentioned, we basically have a daily report we would do every day. So the certified engineers will be aware of the life of the components on the aircraft, so they'll know when it's due time to change or when there's a special inspection coming up for it to be done.
Hi there. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Back with the estimates, please. Over country estimated to marry 341 souls 1300. My name is Libby Kamau. I started working at Brian Willis on 15th of May 2018. The job is really nice, interesting, and I will be dispatch aircrafts, do all the paperwork, and track the aircrafts whenever they're out flying.
Okay, we're here with two beautiful young ladies who are in charge of housekeeping here at Roraima, at the Roraima Oval Department. So can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Shamli Nandalal. I work here at Roraima. My job is I'm a housekeeper, and I take care of the customers and make sure that the place is clean and everything is well kept, clean and good.
Brian. I work here for 12 years at Roraima. I'm the housekeeper. I look after the passengers when they are coming into the lounge, or as in what they want to drink or eat or whatever, and to keep the place tidy, especially the washroom.
Okay, so you guys have been doing an amazing job for the past years. Tell us, how do you enjoy working here? What makes you want to come back every day?
Well, actually, I'm here about 2 years now, and I enjoy working in the environment and with all the people that I met and all these. It's good.
At Roraima, women in the aviation section play critical roles, from captain to cleaner. More after the break.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
During the month of August, the Roraima Group of Companies and the Our Point Nature Resort had a special guest at the Our Point Nature Resort, the new Director General of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Brian Willis. The new Director General of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Brian Willis, and his family earlier this month paid a day-long visit in his private capacity to Roraima's Our Point Nature Resort. He sat down for a conversation with our Director of External Relations, Wesley Curtin.
Brian, welcome to the Roraima Hour, and thank you for your time. I wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself first. You have been now in Ghana for about 4 months as the Director of Ghana Tourism Authority.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and how it's been going for the 4 months you've been here.
Well, Guyana is a wonderful country and have a multinational family, so with young kids who are very resilient, and Guyana being as hospitable as it is, the transition from North America to Guyana has been relatively smooth, and happy to report we're fairly well settled in what is a relatively short amount of time.
Recently you visited Our Point, which is the nature resort owned by the Roraima Group of Companies. Tell us a little bit about your visit and about the experience.
Well, we were celebrating my son's 10th birthday, and it was more of a personal visit, but being in travel and tourism now for more than 25 years, can't fully take your tourism hat or your professional hat off and just be a visitor. So wanted to experience the product, but from a visitor standpoint, not so much as the director of the Guyana Tourism Authority. Was a really nice visit. I think the Roraima Group has become known for exceptional service and really great food. So Our Point was no disappointment as far as that goes. I was also really impressed as someone that has been involved in sustainable tourism best practice for some time now to learn that Our Point, I think, epitomizes in many ways some of that best practice as it relates to eco-lodges in terms of the relationships that they have with Santa Mission, the design and construction of the facility itself, and some of their operational practices, as well as just being a really fun time with the kayaks and the mountain bikes and the great Blackwater Creek there. You can't really go wrong.
So then you see Our Point as really reflective of the product that Guyana can offer to visitors from around the world.
Yeah, you know, I think that what makes Guyana distinctive is what ultimately is going to be its primary points of attractiveness, those points of differentiation. So what can you do here that you can't do anywhere else in the world, as well as what are some of those things that are attractive to those markets that are seeking out those unique opportunities. So we are, by and large, a destination for travelers that are seeking authentic cultural, nature, and adventurous experiences. And with the abundance of pristine natural heritage that we have, diversity of wildlife, diversity in terms of different peoples and indigenous cultures that we have, those are some of our strongest assets from an international traveler's standpoint. So we're trying to actively lift up the product that exists currently, as well as develop new product that plays to those strengths.
Sure. And finally, what are some of your plans for the overall development of the tourism sector in Guyana?
Well, we're doing a lot of great things. I always say lead with marketing. So we recently launched a brand new website. Our website was over a decade old. We just hired market representatives in our core markets. So we started in Canada and the United States. UK is going to come on board soon, and we've secured Germany as well, which is more of an investment market. In addition to that, we're bringing in a number of influencers, media, and travel trade who are interested in promoting Guyana or offering tours here, and looking at increasing the number of travel trade internationally that we engage that are a good fit for our venture culture heritage product. At the same time, we really want to uplift the tourism private sector. Let's just say that the Guyana Tourism Authority's licensing process has not been the most user-friendly historically. So we want to make it easier to access, more beneficial to folks that are involved, and at the same time elevate the tourism standards in country, because increasingly as we're attracting more and more international visitors year on year, the standards have to rise to meet those expectations, which are just growing. And those are just a couple of things that we're actively working on day in and day out.
Well, it would be remiss of me if I didn't ask you about what role you see the Guyanese diaspora playing in the whole issue of tourism development.
It's a great question. I don't believe that we're able to currently secure accurate statistics, but between 60 to 70% of our visitors are diaspora, and in many cases, anecdotally, we hear from the sector that visitation might be waning a little bit. But from my own experience, having now experienced quite a bit of the tourism product in country, it's very common to meet Guyanese that are coming in country that are not staying with friends and family, but are coming to visit their ancestral country to experience their heritage, and haven't in some cases been back for decades since they were last here. So I think the onus is on us at the Guyana Tourism Authority to keep the destination fresh in the minds of diaspora travelers, and at the same time attract the next generation who might have grown up in the United States and have no direct connection with their heritage in Guyana because their parents were the first to migrate into the UK or US or wherever it may be, and appeal to them based on their interests, because with the millennials, they're online and they're making travel decisions based on their peers. So the more that we can reach those individuals, I think the more that we will continue to be successful with diaspora tourism.
Brian, thank you so very much for your time, and best wishes for successful tenure in Guyana.
Oh, great pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
More after the break.
Come to Gaicho Falls with Roraima Airways. The place to be, man. Guyana. Oxford Princess, please.
The Roraima Duke Lodge, located at 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown, Guyana. At Roraima Duke Lodge, we cater for all events, whether small or large, including weddings, parties, conferences, meetings, seminars, workshops, and more. The Roraima Duke Lodge is the ideal venue. Call us on telephone numbers 231-7220 or come into our office, 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown. The Roraima Duke Lodge. For the smooth running of any company, training of its staff is important, and at Roraima, we believe in this. In any business or organization, training of employees is a critical requirement for ensuring the smooth operation of the entity and the highest levels of production and productivity of quality service are met. At Roraima Airways, training of staff at all levels is an integral part of our ongoing efforts to offer the highest quality service to our customers. Recently, we held extensive training programs for both our management and supervisory staff, about which Mr. David Yaw, who conducted the training sessions, explained. Over the months, the Roraima Group of Companies has been updating its services to better serve you, our customers. I'm here with a special person who has been helping along these lines. Good day to you, sir, and I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Hi, good day. My name is David Yaw, and I'm the Managing Director of Management Options, Inc., a company that's registered here in Guyana, which concentrates on management consulting and training specifically.
Okay, great. So over the months, Roraima has been upgrading its staff on various management skills. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yes. A few months ago, the CEO, Captain Gavaya, made contact with Management Options and asked that we step in and boost the management and supervisory capacity of the existing staff members. A decision was taken after some study was done of the structure and the operations to pull supervisors from across the company and managers. So in response, we fashioned a program that was going to address both groups of people at the same time. So the programs were running concurrently. However, we decided to focus on managers as a separate group and supervisors in another session. The thing about management and supervision is that they are flip sides of the same coin. Management entails some supervision, and supervisors have to manage to some extent. It's just a question of focus and intensity. What we did is introduce the supervisors to the productivity issues that supervisors concern themselves with. And we focus for the managers on productivity and also production issues, because that's really where the difference lies between management and supervision.
So now that this training is complete, Mr. Yao, what impact do you expect it to have on the company?
It has already had impact because people are reporting that they have been able to take positions of leadership and prominence and responsiveness to situations on the ground, because productivity at all levels is one of the focuses of the whole program. And both at manager and at supervisor level, this has been pushed. Training serves one of three purposes. It is either maintenance oriented, where training is done to keep people in tune, and that's a feature of aviation systems where you have to do regular recertifications and so on. Or it could be correctional, where it's applied to disciplinary situations, where discipline does not necessarily mean punitive stuff, but it's correcting behaviors. And most importantly, it's developmental, where managements and companies spend good money to ensure that the employees are developed as people, and of course within the job functions that they perform. What Roraima has done is gone in the direction of the developmental thing, and that is really something that they should be commended about.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Yaw, for being with us on this program. We do expect to see you some more in the future, but until then, thank you for coming and stay tuned. Thank you, Mr. Yaw. We'll return right after the break.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Come to Gaicho Falls with Roraima Airways, the place to be, man. Guyana, Oxford Princess.
A number of persons from government institutions, the private sector, and diplomatic corps paid a visit to the Roraima Duke Lodge, where they had a special tour by Captain Gerald Cavaya. The Roraima group of companies earlier this month hosted representatives of diplomatic missions, international organizations, agencies, and companies operating in Guyana to a guided tour of the Duke Lodge, the Duke Restaurant, and the Symposium Conference and Banquet Facility. Roraima CEO Captain Gerald Cavaya gave the visitors an overview of the company before leading them on the tour.
Thank you very much. Roraima is 26 years old this year. The Duke Hotel, Restaurant, Bar, Conference Facility is part of a network of services. So we have our own planes, we have the Eco and Adventure Resort, Our Point Nature Resort, we have the Executive Lounge at the International Airport. So and the Executive Lounge, we actually do individual membership, or if you're a member, if you're traveling first class and you use the lounge. But it's a suite of services that Roraima offers.
The Duke is Guyana's first art gallery and restaurant. So our intention was to try to bring the art community and the food community together. And this is what we created.
So we have a total of 20 rooms here at the complex. And every thing we fill in about 50.
This bit is smaller. Yeah. The collection is bigger. But it's clean.
Those are this one looks like a queen. That's a queen.
So this is the symposium. And this is just a small demonstration of the audiovisual capabilities of the symposium. We host about 100 people, depending on the seating arrangements, and it could be necessary. They're also dedicated bandwidth to the symposium that allows us to do international streaming all over the world. We've hosted many conferences here for the oil and gas sector, for the government, and for different agencies. So we've been operating it for a while, and we thought now it was time that we fine-tuned it. It was time to represent it to you. And this is an example of some of the. So we have cocktails and workshops and weddings. We try to keep our prices affordable and attractive. Hey, are you hearing me? Are you seeing us? Yeah, I can see everyone. And where are you located? I'm actually in Orange, Jersey, State. Right, and if you want to talk to him, you actually can do that and you can try and talk to him.
Yes, good morning.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
It's lovely so far.
And this is basically more of the dedicated bandwidth that the song, thinking for the conference facility, the insurance company, and the CBS amount.
When we come back, you'll hear from Kevin Cavaya about some of the cuisines offered at the Roraima Duke Lodge.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Good morning again, guys. This is our kitchen. We do a lot of things out of these kitchens, right? So we take care of all our functions here. We take care of the Duke, right? Which is a modern fusion on Western cuisine, I would say. We do a lot of airline catering, right? We used to do big airline catering, but right now we are in the works of doing up. So when people want, for example, lobster and you know, lobster bisque and stuff, they come to us because we take very specific, very VIP things. We also do a lot of VIP dinners. So like if people want plate service for 40 or 50 people, we take their special orders. Whatever you guys want, I will make, right? And we will do plate service. So if you guys want a very exclusive dining experience for 40 or 50 people, we can do that, right?
What I like about the facility that it's very modern, fresh, and it offers a lot of amenities that most organizations are looking for, and you don't have to pay an additional cost. And the price per day, I think, is quite affordable.
What I love about the facility is I like the surround internet streaming. You know, I think it is very advantageous. I mean, this is the first place, the only place that really has this feature. And what it allows is, you know, sometimes you have workshops and you have an international conferencing, and so you're limited to each person using their laptops. And sometimes that can be a challenge because of the internet, Wi-Fi, and persons really don't want to give out their passwords. So I think this was really a great idea. So I love this, and I like the whole setting. It's new, it's fresh, and I can see us using the venue. You know, I think the price is great, given all the other amenities that you have. I think I like it, and I can see us using here.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Come to Gaicho Falls with Roraima Airways, the place to be, man. Guyana, Oxford Princess, please.
Taking a day trip to the Arrow Point Nature Resort is easy. Just call our tours department on 225-9648. Select a date and the fun begins. You'll load the bus and take off from the Roraima Duke Lodge at 7 a.m. Take a 45-minute bus ride up the east bank of Demerara. Load the bus at our marina at Tamari for your journey into the Arrow Point Nature Resort. Your first stop will be at the Santa Mission Reservation, where you'll visit the craft shop and tour the village. After your tour of Santa Mission is finished, you'll reload the boat for a 5-minute boat ride to the resort. You'll be greeted, have breakfast, and begin your activities.
The top of the map is always north, but in this case, the top of the map here is south. Because when you leave here, you're actually going into the jungle like that. One team will go off here and walk and go and find something in the jungle, the other one will go and intercept them, and so on. I'll give you the instructions just now. So there's 4 teams just walking in the jungle and doing some coordination and getting things done. And then Mark will have lunch, and I will be cooking lunch for you. I was cutting up the onions this morning. Right? And then you'll go and do the Wabani Jungle Expedition this afternoon, and then you'll do the 2.5 splash. And then we'll play some softball cricket, or whatever it is you guys want to do, and then we will leave at about 4:30 this afternoon. And I promise you, when you leave this afternoon, and I promise you this, I will transform you.
Yes. All right. Yes. Mine. Over. Yeah.
We hope to see you soon. Don't forget to call us on 225-9648 or visit our Facebook page at Arrow Point Nature Resort. Last Thursday evening, Roraima Airways hosted a dinner in recognition of the work being done by Ghana's ambassador to Cuba, His Excellency Halim Majid, who was on a visit to Guyana. In recent years, shopping tourism by Cubans in Guyana has been making a significant contribution to the local economy. Over the past 2 years, you would have noticed an increase in tourists from Cuba. Roraima Airways has played an integral part in making this happen. Shopping tourism by Cubans was an initiative taken by Roraima Airways Chief Executive Officer Captain Jerry Gavaya, who explained the impact this has been having on the economy.
Over the last year, we have been increasing our flights out of Cuba to Guyana, and we've been operating with Aruba Airlines as our partners. We are now moving approximately 1,000 Cubans a week into Guyana, and it's been having a significant impact on the commercial sector in terms of the stores in Regent Street, the small hotels, the small restaurants, the taxi drivers, and so on. And this is only meant to grow now because, of course, you have the U.S. government just mandated that Cubans must come to Guyana to get their visas. So we're looking at maybe another 1,000 to 2,000 Cubans every month. This is a tremendous economic opportunity for Guyana, and I believe that with the advent of the new and improved international airport, and with hopefully more flights coming out of Cuba to Guyana, it will continue to grow and continue to have a positive impact on the economy of Guyana.
Among the guests at the dinner was Ghana's Vice President and Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge.
Ranging from the role that Guyana played in, if you like, bringing center stage within CARICOM and the Caribbean in terms of recognizing for you to do. Next one.
Among the speakers were Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Desmond Sears, Chairman of the Demerara Distillers Limited, Kamal Samaru, Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Egbert Field, President of the Ghana Forest Producers Association, Dion Ryan Ramsarup, and Ambassador Majid. Be sure to join us for the open mic night on Wednesday night at the Duke Restaurant. Remember, the Duke Restaurant is where you need to be for all your local cuisine and art. It's time for open mic night once again at the Roraima Duke Lodge, where popular culture and tasty cuisine clash. Well, not clash, but coexist. Open mic will take place on Wednesday, August 29 at the Duke Restaurant at the Roraima Duke Lodge. We're starting at 7 p.m. as usual. Come out and see local talent, from music to spoken word, poetry, and even comedy. Come join us and show off your talent. Confidence Booster shots will be back as well. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Well, that has brought us to the end of this edition, the August edition of the Roraima Hour. We want to say thank you for joining us this month, and you can also catch this video on our YouTube page at Roraima Marketing. On behalf of my cameraman Fabian Harding, my name is Colin Abrams. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Take your breath away.